Hey friends, it is Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is Friday, November 29th. And it is the start of a new vlog. This one will only last for today and tomorrow because then it's Vlogmas. Oh my goodness, what did you guys steal? Plastic of some kind. It's so annoying. Okay, so I have done a teensy tiny bit of Black Friday shopping. Not over the top. But considering I didn't expect to do any at all, it's fine. So it's just more than because I hadn't planned on it. So I ordered from Joann's. They had some of the colors that have been out of stock for I think I mentioned this in the last vlog, but for Juicy Couture's velvet yarn. So I got some of those, not a ton, but I did order some. And then the last purchase I made for Black Friday, I guess the only other, is I did end up buying some things from Fat Quarter Shop. So I wrote down a list and I'll try to put a picture of what they are. So the first thing is the Welcome to the North Pole from Primrose Cottage. I fell in love with this the moment I saw it. And, excuse me, please stop that. I also ordered the floss pack that comes with, that you could order with it. Fat Quarter Shop had a 15% off. So that's why I ordered at this point. The next thing I ordered, okay, so the first three things are going to all be from Primrose Cottage. So the next one is the Cocoa Quilt from Primrose Cottage. It's just very short, small. I did order 3 flosses to go with it, but I don't think they're actually the called for colors, but they seem similar to me. And so, yeah, I wanted to have the look of hand-dyed flosses, and so I just picked 3. And then the last one is Christmas Rules from Primrose Cottage. I can't remember if there was any fancy flosses on this one, or if I'm going to need to order from someplace else if there were. But I really loved this one too. In the cross-stitch section for the Black Friday sales was a 7-inch design board. So these are made using like, not poster board, the thing what is it called? The thicker white thing that a lot of us use to like display finishes to you guys or stuff like that. Anyway, so it's made of that, cut to 7 inches, and then a piece of fleece, no, fusible fleece, or like the oh gosh guys, I am struggling here. Anyways, that's on the inside so that the materials stick to it, but like not stick permanently, but it doesn't like fall down. And then it has a piece of fabric around it. I have watched a tutorial on how to make these. It just involves a hot glue gun, and I have a fear of hot glue guns. Because when one of my sisters got married, we were DIYing a bunch of the things, and I burned myself with a hot glue gun. And that was like 10 years ago, but I'm still scared of them. So I ordered one of those because I've been wanting to try them for a long time, but they're like not cheap. And I do actually want to get larger sizes too, for quilting. But I thought this would be a good starting point considering it was on sale. Then I also ordered a book called Quilt Bee Quilts and Cross Stitch book, and it has a cross stitch pattern I really want to do. I saw Sarah the Stitching Mommy making it, and it is so pretty. And the book, so it also has some quilt patterns in it, and it was like $9, normally like $27 or something like that, so it was a good deal. Then I ordered 2 more cross stitch patterns and the fancy flosses to go with them, and that was any tiny Any Town, Tiny Town, and then more Any Town, Tiny Town. I really had wanted to get the Christmas one, and it was in my cart, but it must have sold out because it said it was not available at the moment. And then the Frosted one, which is also another like winter Christmassy type, was also sold out. And I wasn't in the mood for the Thanksgiving or the Harvest one because like we're past that season. I did really like the look of the patriotic one, so I do want to get that one eventually. And I think there was like a Valentine's themed one. Yeah, I want to get all of them eventually, but I thought this was a good starting point, and both of those patterns use the same colors. I think more Any Town has one additional color, but so I just bought one of each color, and like if I run out, I'll replace it. I know you should be worried about dye lots or blah blah, but I think as long as like you have enough to finish the motif that you're working in, a slight change in dye lot doesn't really matter. So that is what I bought. I am going to need to go through the bingo board for the new starts and adjust it, because one, I did find my little house needlework. What had happened was, I guess last year sometime, I had put all of the Christmas new starts into a separate bag, and so I found them. That's where they were. So I need to adjust it anyways, because I did find that. And then I also found another one that I had been wanting to start. So I will be adjusting that board, and then I will also be fitting in these ones into it. So I'm super, super excited about that. I've been looking at these Primrose Cottage ones for a little while and really been wanting to do them. And so, yeah, I'm excited. So those were my Black Friday purchases. I did look more at the Book Goblin one, and I don't really think that they're on sale. It's just she has more things available. And so I decided I'd bought velvet yarn and I made this 1, 2, 3 stitch purchase. I should probably not make another purchase, although I don't know. I might look at it one more time and take out a thing or two and see about maybe buying. But we'll see. It's not out of the cards yet, but I just think if it's not really discounted at the moment, like I know those things are frequently sold out on her shop. Oh my gosh, I think the handle of this is breaking off. It's making a sound. Okay, we're gonna be careful. Yeah, oh, so that's what I was saying. If it's not really on sale, then there's not really necessarily a reason to purchase at this exact moment. So, yeah. I did get one thing in the mail today, and I'd actually started to wonder about this and was gonna go look and make sure that like I hadn't been forgotten to be sent it, but this is my 2025 Tutor planner. I ordered one of these many moons ago. Just seeing if it was down over there. Anyways, my plan for this is just mainly actually for craft planning, and not necessarily for any other kind of regular life planning. But I used to use this one. I had to purchase this like all the way back in June, I think. But it is a planner like that, and how I remember using it is this is what a weekly spread looks like. So I would used to put the daily 30s challenge in here. Then I would put the name of each project and color in the days that I worked on it in the habit tracker. And then I would write down my actual, like, my crafting and my crafting and my reading in here. And I think because I'm planning on doing a temperature thing, I'd also put in the high and the low for each day. So that is my basic plan for using this. I just remember it being really helpful in keeping me organized for my crafting. Each month has a page that looks like this for the monthlies. And the cost of it was not bad at all. So that's another part of the reason. And then it's got a ton of like dates and stuff that relate to the tutors. So listening suggestion, tutor music, afterlives from Ensemble Pro Victoria. There's also quotes on here like, "Methinketh love maketh men like angels." They use the Old English, so it's very hard for me to, like, can you see over here? That's from Catherine Parr. Anyways, I really liked this one in the past, and so it had been a while since I decided to use it, so I decided to try it one more time. And there's a ton of note pages in the back, both lined and blanked and dots. So, is there a monthly check-in every month? Yes, there is. Monthly check-in. I'm proud of the following things I accomplished. Areas that could have gone better. A big lesson I learned about myself from this month. I'm grateful for these people or events. How I changed or grew this month, and changes I want to make for next month, and surprising and delightful things that happened this month, and random things to remember. So I think that that's cool. And then being able to have those extra note pages in the back for events will be nice. Anyways, yeah, so I'm pretty happy that this finally arrived, and actually it does include December. So it actually, I think it started in November. Or, okay, no, it literally starts for December. So I can actually start using this, which is awesome. I'm probably going to do that. So tutor planner, yay. And that's all I have to share at the moment. I am going to spend the next couple of days rotating between cross stitch, presents, and socks. I do need to work on the axolotls, but I'm not in the mood. So I have other things I need to get done, so I'm going to work on that. Last night I played games for a few hours with my sisters. We played like a Mines of Moria game or something like that. So I've asked them if they wanted to play again today. So I'm just waiting to hear from them. Oh, my sister-in-law gave me some of her sourdough starter so that I can... my sister said not to call it Martha again because I kill every Martha. So maybe Dobie, like Dobby, but Dobie. What were some of the other names we were thinking of? I don't know. So I'm gonna think of a name for it, but here it is, and it is an active starter. Like, it is bubbly in there. So she also gave me what she does for daily feedings and bulking up feedings. So really happy with that. And then she told me what she does is she writes the date that she fed it, and she only feeds it like every other day, I believe she said. And so then she'll change the date, and she uses a dry erase marker for that. So I'm really excited to be able to do sourdough again. It's been a while, and oh, I wanted to order some spelt flour off of Amazon, because the bakery bears use spelt flour all the time, and they say it really helps them with stomach problems, and it's less harsh on the stomach. So I am going to try that to see if that is helpful. And then sourdough in and of itself is pretty good for people who have diabetes if you're gonna insist on eating bread, which I do. Not often, but I do like bread, and I love sourdough bread. So I'm really, really excited. Thank you, Michelle, for this. And we were over there, and she said that I've gotten her down the rabbit hole with advent calendars. So I love to see it. I love to see it when other people join in the Advent madness craziness. She also had the Berry Mary advent calendar. That's the gummy, the gummies every day. I don't think they're always bears, so I wanted to say gummy bears, but I don't think they're always bears. I see some stars and some other things. So she also had a coffee advent, a tea advent. She has some makeup advents. She was gonna have the Missouri Star Quilt Company. She had that last year. I had that the year before, and she had reordered it for this year, but then they canceled her order because they said she didn't pay, like with them they do a deposit and then later you pay the rest of it, and they said she never paid the rest of it, and she said, well, you didn't send me a notice, or like a reminder notice that it's time for payment. And they said they sent it 3 times, but she went back to her email and searched, and she didn't get a notice. And then she went on the like message boards, and that had happened to a lot of people, and so she was really frustrated, and I don't blame her for that. I'd be frustrated too. So she doesn't have them this year, but she got a cross-stitch one, and I was like, why didn't you tell me about this cross-stitch one? And she said, well, it was expensive. And I was like, my yarn ones are expensive. Like, I get advents are expensive. That's why I start buying them in the spring, and so I can like space out the cost of them, not buy them all at one time. So I hope she shared with me last year what was all in the quilt one, so I'm sure she'll share with me what's in the cross-stitch one. So I'm looking forward to it. And then she had also found that How To Girls advent calendar, but she's doing one that I did last year, the nativity one. She knows it's the nativity, so that is not spoiling anything for her. She sometimes watches. But I am doing the one that got released this year, so we're doing 2 different ones from that How To Girl. But it's exciting, and it's not too late to get one of those advents from her. They're just PDF downloads, so they're super cheap. And they just uses a few colors, like 5 or 6 colors, and a small scrap piece of fabric. So it's not too late. Every day's is like seriously 10 stitches. I think it goes up to 20 or 30 at most, but some days it's like 7. So totally completely doable in a day. For me, when I get backed up on that project is at the end when there's back stitching, because it's back stitching. Anyway, so enough with that. Okay. Oh, also, I think when I'm going to rotate projects for these next few days, I'm going to continue working on the nutcracker for cross stitching. Oh, I should have brought that over, but last night I finished the face. So I'm about ready to move my Q-snaps, my hoop. So I'll show you guys that before I move the hoop. But so I'm going to rotate between that. Then I will spin the wheel for the sock project that I will work on. And then I'm just going to start working on Christmas presents that are on my list. So, maybe I'll put everyone's name in my family and randomize it and see whose Christmas present I will work on for that. And I haven't decided what activity I'll do yet. I'll probably do an hour for each thing, or like for the sock, I'll do one set of like 1 repeat worth. Or if it's a very small repeat, like 4 rows, then I'll do probably like 3 repeats or something like that. So enough to make some progress, but also to keep moving on. So yeah, I'm going to take you guys along with all that, and I will chat with you real soon. I'm probably going to start with cross stitch, so I will be back in like a minute. So bye. Okay, I have it here. Here we go. I don't know if there's some back stitching in this pattern. I'm not at that point. But so what's blank here is beads. And so I'm gonna move along with this. There is a new episode of the Bakery Bears up, so I'm going to watch that. I'm hoping it might have some secrets and clues about Advent knitting. And I also need to, in this next day or two, wind my skeins for that. So yeah, looking forward to that. And then also, I need to edit the last vlog, but that's something that's, I think gonna be more like sock knitting or potentially Christmas gift making. And I realized also I'll have to keep what I'm making for Christmas gifts for my secret episode that will be released after Christmas. So I won't be able to show you guys that on this one, but I'll keep you updated with the cross stitch and so on and so forth. So in terms of this cross stitch, according to Markup RXP, I'm at 24.35% completed. This doesn't account for beads or if there's back stitching. It is only cross stitches that it counts for. And so that's where I'm at on that. I have done 1,262 stitches with 3,920 left to do, which is not bad at all. And it says I've spent 12 hours on that, but that's not accurate. I've had the app open for 12 hours. But I've not necessarily stitched on it that whole time. But anyways, so that's where we're at. I've pulled the next color I'll be doing, and that is DMC 2. So I am going to put on the Bakery Bears episode and try to do a couple of items for Hell's Stitchin' and before I move on to the next thing. Also, excuse me, sorry. I'm losing my words. Oh, I'll work to send over any video clips that I've done that I've not sent over yet. So, my hair is a mess. Sorry, guys. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on. Chat with you guys in a bit. Hey, friends. Oh, man. Wow. This just keeps getting worse. Okay. So, too lazy to redo it. Anyways. So, I managed to get 100 stitches on in 2 hours. Not great progress reporting, but Dan and Kay Bakery Bears video is really interesting. So, I was watching it way more than stitching. So, I started his armor, and then he holds a little tree, so I've started that too. I am selecting the colors in the one that's topmost and then going across like that to determine which color I'm using next. So I didn't actually move my frame yet, but I really need to. So maybe next time I work on it when it comes up for rotation next. So we are gonna spin the wheel. I went in and I changed the names from being numbers to names because I just kept debating myself with what number I assigned to which person. So I thought, you know what, we have 6 going, we'll do it like this. When one person's sock's finished, then next on the list gets added in. That's just how it's going. So I'm going to spin, and it's my husband's socks, which is great because this is an easy enough pattern that I can work on it while editing the video. So that is what I will be doing. I will update you guys with how, no, I'll come back in a minute with where his sock is at, and I then will update you at the end of that. So see you back. Okay, so for his sock, as a reminder, I am using the String of Lights pattern. This is what that looks like. It's a simple 2-row repeat, and here is where I am at. So this is about 20 rounds. So I have been keeping track on my, oh my gosh, words. Keeping track on the app that I use about how many repeats I've done. So I'm going to need to use like a piece of paper to keep track of how many I add, as I won't have the app open as I will be editing. So I'm also looking for a stitch marker. I guess we'll use Home Alone's Kevin, so we can see how much progress I make. So I will be back in a minute for you to go over how much we got done. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is 9 p.m. on November 30th. That means that we are just hours away, 3 hours away from the start of Vlogtober. Now, I could, in my own head, justify starting it now, as, you know, in other parts of the world, it's December 1st. But I still have some prep work to do, and I want to wrap up some things, so I'm going to try to make myself wait another 3 hours. My husband went into the office, to do some makeup casework, and so I am here. I'm on my second load of laundry. I'm washing the bedding, and I'm trying to wash like all of the winter bedding, so it's gonna take a while because our washer can only really handle a very small load. So I put too much in the first load and that was both flannel sheets and not flannel sheets. So that's my bad. Okay, so it didn't wring out as much as it should have. So in this next load, I've only got a comforter, and I'm hoping that even if I don't completely get through all of the throw blankets, the quilt, there's a lot of throw blankets. And then there's a fuzzy one that's king size. We have a queen size bed, but I find that queen size bedding leaves it so that one of us is still ending up with like exposed back. So we got a king size just to make sure, as like the catch-all on top. Yeah, basically that's how we use it. So I've got that going. What else? I put in crock pot chicken and dumplings, and this is more like a chicken stew with dumplings. And by dumplings, I use refrigerated biscuits that I cut into smaller pieces. That's how I like it, and it tastes really good. And yeah, it's more like a chicken stew because I put in carrots and celery and not green beans, peas and corn. And so, yeah. And this time I only had 1 can of cream of chicken soup. So I put in a cream of potato soup. So I hope it comes out okay. And then I also had a few spice containers I kind of wanted to empty, so I didn't measure, and I just like dumped the rest of it in, including a garlic one, like it's called Garlic and Wine from the Melting Pot, which is a fondue restaurant that my husband and I go to on our anniversary a lot. And then I did the same thing with a garlic salt container that was like just a little bit at the bottom, so I just dumped all the rest in. So hopefully it turns out good. I don't know if it's cooked. It might be cooked enough at this point that I can try it, but I don't want to risk getting salmonella or something like that. What is it you get when your chicken's not all the way cooked? Whatever that one is, I don't want it. And then I took like an hour or so, maybe longer, bath. I put in a hair mask. It's supposed to help with frizzing. We will see. My hair has been frizzing out of control lately, so we will see if that helps. And I did some cleaning. So what I still need to do is I have skeins of yarn I need to wind. I haven't wound my Bakery Bears one yet. Sometimes they don't actually start the knitting until like the 3rd day. But with there being 2 patterns, I don't know if we're going to start knitting right away. So I guess we'll find out soon. I've also need to, what else do I need to do? Last night I set up back there the diamond painting. I don't know if I can get it to focus. Probably not. But that is Santa up there at the top of the chimney. That is the chimney. Each box is a diamond painting, and I did my very best not to, let's focus back on me, not to peek as I was putting things in. And then it comes all the diamonds together for the whole kit. So I have a bunch of little mini cups somewhere on this desk, right here. Mini cups that I want to label and put the diamonds in. So that still needs to be done. I decided not to do the mini skeins this time, because I just have so much I need to get done. I still really like the idea. And I always need more tiny skeins, so I don't regret buying it. I regret only buying one. It's the real regret. But so I'll just add this to my collection of 5 grams. And I have already pulled one and used it, and I do plan on pulling and using several more throughout the month. So there's some really pretty colors in here. So I'm really, really happy with it. Oh, let's see what else. I got a package today. So my wax melts did not come on time. And the only reason I say on time, like as late as I ordered them, I didn't expect them to get here by December 1st. But the lady, free of charge to me, upgraded the shipping so it would. So I feel bad about that because, well, I told her she didn't need to do that, and it was my fault for ordering late. But she paid for it to arrive here on time, and it didn't. So, and I think, like, selling from Etsy, I think that shipping is, like, double the price. So, I do feel bad for that. I have one outstanding order that I need to do. It is just 7 mystery face scrubs. Shouldn't take long at all to do. I need to update my Vlogmas watching thing. Some people have already started to release their videos, and so I've already watched Adelaide Stitch's first video. I haven't highlighted that off. What I do like to do a lot is I like to pick one color for a day, and then I will color everything I watch in for that day. And I don't mean the 1st of December. Like, if I am on the 2nd of December and I'm watching someone's first day of Vlogmas video, I will color that the same color as my chosen second day color. It just tells me every day how much I watched. So that's something I like to do. So Kayla Litton from Crazy Sock Lady is not doing Vlogmas this year. I watched some videos while in the bath. That's how I know it was like probably closer to 2 hours, because I watched many videos. So let's see. So I have some to add to the list. And one thing I thought about doing is adding in the the description, the links to all of the videos that I watch. Not the videos, the channels. And that way it's also easier for me to just go back to one of my videos, click on a link, and see if I've watched everything at that point, because I always get behind. But then also, I thought it would be fun to just keep a list. I mean, if you're looking for someone new to follow, you might find someone there. And then if you guys have suggestions for me for channels to watch, you know what I've watched or what I haven't watched by looking at it. And so if you've got suggestions, I would love them. So right now I've got Bakery Bears, Adelaide Stitches, Passionate Kelsey, Lofty Loops. I need to add, hang on, I'm going to my watch list to tell me. Okay, I just discovered this channel called The Cozy Crow. She's got less than 2,000 subscribers, which is better than my channel for sure, but not as big as many of the knitting channels. So she seems really nice and sweet, and I've watched half of her first Vlogmas video. She is only intending on doing like every other day for posting. So that's 12 videos. And so I'm going to add her to my list as I've really enjoyed her videos so far. Pam's Crafty Corner is planning on doing Flossmas. And I always enjoy Pam's. I think Pam is great. I've loved watching her channel for a long time. Then there's also Knitting Expat. I've watched her Vlogmases for quite some time. She has two daughters now. And sometimes I think Vlogmas is, or maybe that's all I get alerted on, because she used to post more frequently, but completely understandable with two little ones that she doesn't have as much time to post. But I enjoy hers. It's very family focused, family centric. So she includes activities with her daughters all the time. It's nice. It's wholesome. Her husband's in it occasionally. And yeah, I really enjoy hers. I think it's Mina. I forget her last name. Her husband's name is Perry, I believe. Anyways. So that's what I've got right now, and I need to add Nitty Natty back. I had unsubscribed to her channel as I just wasn't into all the van life content, but I do enjoy her Vlogmas videos, so I do want to make sure I'm watching that. There are a few others that haven't come up yet that I will add as I go. So, that's where that's at. Let me show the, excuse me as I come in close, the mail I got. So the name of that company that I ordered the Heritage yarn from is Wool & Co. And look, their bags are on, it's with like their own name and everything. That's so cool. So my two skeins arrived of black. Here they are. They're so soft. I did not realize how soft the Heritage, I think it's 220. It's a 75-25 merino nylon blend. 437 yards per 100 grams. Does it really not say if it's 220? I don't know. I guess not. Interesting. Okay, we're not gonna get obsessive like I do. So those arrived, ready for my advents with them. Then my 12-day advent from Forbidden Fibers arrived. This is a, hang on, let me get the stuff out. If you're interested, I also have a jury summons, lovely, for the week of December 30th. Okay, moving all of that aside. So it is the Unexpected Journey 12-day. Oh. And it is supposed to start December 26th. So I have an extended 12 days of advents. They did remember to include the number 16 that I had missing, so very excited about that. I now have the complete advent calendar. And I had ordered a Harry Potter Slytherin robe stitch marker, and they included it with this order. Well, because I did order it with this one, but they held on to it and shipped it with this one, so that is awesome. Look, I've a little bit gone beyond because there's some beef jerky in there and I wanted it. And I ate it, and it was like the most delicious beef jerky I've ever eaten. But look at this beautiful green packaging. And then I was reading the back of what's included, and I figure since it's on top, it's fine. There's a water bottle in here. A water bottle and stickers. And when I was getting the beef jerky, I came across the water bottle. Guys, look at this water bottle. This is a hardcore, heavy-duty water bottle. I'm super excited about this. I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to keep my drinks nice and cold. This is a good size to take to the gym instead of my big, chunky one. So, very excited about that. It's also got a bag. I'm looking at it for the first time with you guys, actually. I saw it and I was like, let's just pull it out and look at it. So, in a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit. I really like that. And because this is a 12 color, 12-day advent, they'll fit perfectly in here. And then look at this zipper pull. It's a dragon. Or is it an eagle, actually? I think it's the eagles. Yeah, it's an eagle. It's not a dragon. Anyways, very nice. Thankful for another bag. And I'm just going to put that back in there, and then I am going to stick this in the closet to forget about it until it is time for that. I'm just going to temporarily stick it back there. And then the final thing I wanted to talk about for this minute, well, I guess there might be one other thing, is I made a couple of last minute Black Friday purchases of patterns off of Etsy. So I'm just going to share what I purchased. Where's my mail? Okay. So I may have been doing shopping in the bathtub as well. So I purchased the Christian cross stitch pattern from Sweet Wing Studio that Carrie and I had been talking about doing together. And then I went through the files and I read all about it. And so in the instructions, it says every day has 2 squares. One dedicated to prayers and one dedicated to praises. The praises are all stitched in the same neutral color. So a white, a cream, maybe you want to do black. I don't know. You pick the same color and use that. And that's what brings the consistency. The prayers you assign to either topics or people. And as that becomes that day's focus, you stitch in that color for the prayer. And then there's a tracker that you have that every day you write one prayer request and one praise. And so you have a whole list of it at the end of the year. And I think that's really awesome. So you could do things like assigning the different people in your life certain colors. You could do family one color, friends another color, work, church, politics, world events, war. You could assign all of those different categories. Like you could assign natural event, like like hurricanes. Okay, like hurricanes, earthquakes, fires. You could have that all assigned as one thing, and then like when hurricane season, or here in California, it's fire season comes up, as those things become big and that's your focus in your prayer for that day, that's the color you would stitch with. And so every day there's 18 stitches, 9 for the prayer, 9 for the praise. So I'm really excited about that. Where's my other order? Well, I know what the other one is anyways. I don't know why I'm bothering to look. My other order is from Lila's studio, and these are 2 patterns I've been looking at for years. And that's the Holiday Quaker, so the Christmas one, and then the Halloween Quaker. So next year I want to start both of those during those seasons. So the Halloween one during Vlogtober and the holiday one during Vlogmas. So I just thought while they were on sale, I would purchase both of those. And again, those are ones I've been looking at for a very long time. And I will try to stick in pictures of what they look like. Let me just look at my Dropbox and make sure I didn't actually secretly buy something else that I've forgotten about. Nope. I was looking at some Tiny Modernists, but I decided not to right now. I think it's 30% off. I have a few days to change my mind about that, but I think I'm pretty good with what I've gotten on sales right now. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. Yesterday I did work on my husband's sock. Where is it? Ah, sorry babies. Okay. I finished the leg on the first sock. I decided to do a shorter leg, and I might do shorter legs on most people's just to try to get these done. So, up here with Kevin is where we started. And so I did 40 rounds, 40 rounds of the leg. One thing is I am stitching on using 1.5 millimeter. No, US 1.5. So that's a 2.5 millimeter, which is slightly bigger. But I've found that's the best fit for both my husband and I with regards to how wide our feet are. So this is the String of Lights pattern. It is a nice, simple pattern that's very quick to knit. It is a 2-row repeat. So I am now at the heel, so next time that gets rolled, I will do the heel. If I have any spare time at the end, I do want to do a little bit more stitching on my Nutcracker, at least 100 more stitches, but we'll see how that goes. I need to clear a winding spot on my desk, and then my plan is to open and attempt to do or start each of my advent calendars tomorrow, starting at midnight. As it is the last day of vacation, and I can't believe it. I can't believe it's time to go back to school. I'm not ready. So anyways, I will be back in a little bit. When midnight hits, I will be done with this vlog, and I will start editing it while working on my advents. So it might be easiest to edit while doing my diamond painting or something like that. We'll see. But yeah, that's just the heads up for now. I will chat with you all later, and I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Bye.